Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. You read it correctly. The title is going to have everything to do with President Trump and President John F. Kennedy. And also, we have an update on Warren Hunt. And that is a really interesting topic matter. Warren Hunt's latest video. Warren Hunt is single-handedly going to make Barry Jordan great again. So I think he just sent him $3,000. I think that was the name of the video. Was telling Barry Jordan to go to his Facebook account. Let's see. I have a few windows open. New messages for Barry Jordan. WU, check your Facebook for details. And Warren Hunt has decided to make Barry Jordan one of the few selected members of the Warren Hunt Gift Association. Let's call it the Gift Association. Warren Hunt has pledged to make Barry Jordan great again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Warren Hunt. We always appreciate Warren Hunt and the generosity that he has given out. And I'm sure that Barry can use the money to help him fix up his new house. So moving on, I'm going to close that link down. I have a lot of links open. And one of the main links that I have open right now is, well, I think one of the first links that we're going to talk about is whether or not Donald Trump is a narcissist. Excuse me. Whether or not Donald Trump is a narcissist. Now, it should be duly noted that calling the President of the United States a narcissist is not illegal. Insinuating that he is a narcissist is not illegal. That has nothing to do with legal jargon. So the reason for that is, and I will describe it to you as it is, as such, is that narcissism is a characteristical trait of the human genome that pushes people forward to do or to become what they choose to want to become or do. So in Trump's case, his narcissistic trait has made him the man that he is today. And pretty much a very successful man, there's no doubt about that. And his ambitions and achievements he owes all of that to his narcissistic personality. It's when it goes to a different level of narcissism that it becomes problematic. And possibly he's gone to that level as well. So what we're going to do is a large portion of today's video is going to be asking the question whether or not Donald Trump is a narcissist. And I'm going to give you that link. And that link is this link here, Google.com search narcissistic supply. So when you read these different characteristical traits and you can apply them to Donald Trump, you will know whether or not, in your opinion, Donald Trump is a narcissist. And we are going to read some of these, or if not all of them. And first, let me give you the link so that you can follow along. So this is going to be the first link that you're going to see. I'm going to post it 3 times so that you can make your own decisions as to whether or not Donald Trump is a narcissist, or even further along the lines than that. Spaceman, good, very apropos comment. He's not a Bush or a Clinton. So, and Spaceman is correct. Now, Bushes and Clintons, they were a little the next level narcissists. That will be a topic for next week. Next level narcissists. So for now, we're going to concentrate on just a few of the notes that I have written down, and they are. Thank you very much, Mario CMA TV. I did read your comments that you sent me. Thank you. Now, I also want to tell you, I want to make it clear as day that I have asked people repeatedly to do or not to do certain things over the course of the last 5 years, 10 years, and some people just don't get it. So for those of you who are not allowed to comment, that's because you don't listen. It's just that simple. I refuse to have people posting things that are not true on my page. I just refuse that. I will not allow people to post. If you want to do what you do and you got blocked because of what you do, posting things that may or may not be true, that's your fault. It's not my fault. I have repeatedly asked people not to do certain things, and you repeatedly did them. So I went through the trouble of removing several people and their ability to post on my channel. Because if you're going to post something that's not true or might be true or is true, believe it to be true, that may be a lie, not allowed. I suggest for all you geniuses out there that want to post stuff that's not true, or that you believe to be true, or you want to be true, or you can associate this with that, I suggest you grow a pair of boys and make your own live stream. Well, whatever it is that they do with if you don't have 1,000 subscribers. But you're not going to post that garbage on my channel. I've repeatedly asked several people not to do certain things. We can use, I'm not mad at Big Kevin, but he will never, ever again post on my channel because he allows trolls to say whatever they want to say on his channel. And then he makes believe he doesn't see the comments when Big Kevin sees every comment. And he usually snickers or a snide laugh when he sees something posted that he knows is not true. He knows for a fact it's not true, but it brings him views. Those type of bloggers or vloggers or YouTubers or whatever you want to call that allow people to post garbage on their channel that may or may not be true, absolute certainty lies, you're not allowed on my channel anymore. I don't care if I do a 2 or 3 hour live stream and 3 people come. I don't care. I'm not doing this for views. You think that I'm doing this for views. It's not for views. It's because I, Michael Fazio, generated more than 1,000 subscribers, and I have the privilege and or right to discuss my point of view. If you don't agree with it, that's fine. But if you're going to associate me with something that you believe to be true, that may or may not be true, it's not going to be allowed. And I suggest strongly that you're being upset about getting blocked on my channel is only due to your arrogance and or ignorance that you have repeatedly done what I requested you do not do. So I suggest those people that want to have a point of view opposing mine to go out, get that, whatever that thing is called, where you can have a live stream with less than 1,000 subscribers. I suggest you go out and voice your opinion, or nothing. You're blocked. Once you're blocked on my channel, pretty much you stay blocked. So especially if I had to repeat that. So I know I was redundant for the last 5 minutes. I can't make this more clear. If you keep posting other people's names or other people's channel names and or other people's personalities onto my comments or my commentary or my videos or my live streams, and that some believe to be or not be true, even after I asked you to not do so, go start your own live streams. That's my suggestion. And now we're going to move on to the topic at hand. Is Donald Trump a narcissist? So, Spaceman says, yes, he is, but at least he's not a Bush or a Clinton. And that's true. What's going to happen now is we're going to talk about Donald Trump, promises kept, promises not kept. Now, I do owe Gary Kennedy an apology, and Gary Kennedy is not blocked. I wouldn't care what Gary Kennedy says on my channel. He will never be blocked. And there's a very specific reason for that. First of all, Gary is a learned man. And Gary is my friend, above being a learned man. Now, what is true is that last week I said 300 feet of new border wall was built. And there was the internet has been scrubbed of that article. So now there are links that I'm going to give you as to how much new border wall was built. And Gary and I have a difference of opinion about Trump and probably many other things, but that doesn't change the fact that we will remain friends throughout this whole entire voting process, which I want to talk about. This election fraud, this is total crap. They've had 20 years since the argument of whether Bush won in 1990 or Bush didn't win. They've had 20 years. They have had 20 years to revamp the voting and election process. They have done nothing. Trump will guarantee you that he's going to revamp the voting process if he wins. Clinton did the same thing. Obama did the same thing. None of them are ever going to do anything about the voting process because it's something that will waste 3 or 4 months of every person's life in America for the next 3 or 4 months, whether he won. Now it's 4 years, whether or not Trump was influenced by Russia. And now Biden is supposed to have been influenced by Russia and his son. This is all subterfuge while the new world order shoves it where the sun doesn't shine into not just America, into the world, or flat earth, whatever you choose to believe. And I do have an interesting story about the flat earth, but I'm going to leave that for a few minutes from now. So I'm going to talk about what Trump promised, what happened, and what didn't happen. And I'm going to talk about the internet being scrubbed. And the internet does have an article from the Customs, Border Patrol Customs, or Customs Border Patrol, that I'm going to give you the link for, where you can see that U.S. Customs has explained, and this is for Gary Kennedy as well. This is the closest I've come to the 300 foot of new border wall. But as of 2018, there was an article on the internet, and for many, many, many people to see at any time, that new border wall was under 300 feet, 280 feet, I think it was. That's gone. I can't find it no matter what I Google, no matter what I search for, no matter where I search it, how I search it. But there is an article by U.S. Customs for Gary Kennedy and for those others that only 3, Isa, Doha, Tulu, Isa 3, Tulu, in Versailles, Tulu. 3 new miles of border wall was built. That's according to U.S. Customs officials. So let's get that link up here right now so you people can see that. Okay, the name of the article is Trump Campaigns. It's loading. Okay. This is just sickening that people are arguing how much wall has been built. Nothing has been built according to what Trump's promises were. And I don't really like things that are factual, but I mean, I just don't understand why you people, all of you people out there, can't do the same little bit of research. Well, it's not a little bit of research, it's quite a bit of time I spend doing this. I can't understand why you can't wrap your head around, ask a question that you want answered, and typically a website will come up, and then there might be 50 or 60 articles on that topic matter. And then you can read all 50 or 60 of them, like I read the top 10 or 12, and then you can read. And I'm going to wait just a minute until Scott is finished with his wordsmithing. Let me just paste this in here. And you people don't get it. You people don't get it. This takes hours of my time to do this. Because of the lockdown, I have a lot more time. And I don't play games on the internet. And I don't mince words either. I don't like you. I just tell you I don't like you. If I don't believe what you have to say is important, I just block you. It's not complicated. You're not coming onto my live stream with a bunch of subterfuge asking me stupid questions about something that happened 3 years ago, 5 years ago, a year and a half ago, and then putting your 2 cents in to stop my train of thought. It's just not going to happen. So I preemptively blocked certain people, and you will remain blocked to the duration of my time on YouTube and or your time on YouTube. It's not going to happen again. I have been redundant where I said you need to stop it, and you still don't stop it. Michael, you're about ready to be history. You are not my friend. So I suggest you don't post anything that is contrary to the beliefs that I posted or said in the last few minutes. Peekaboo 2. Let's see what this says. Block them, Rabbi. That's right. Peekaboo 2. Now, I can't tell you how many people I've met on YouTube in person. But I can tell you that most of the people that I've actually met in person were very intelligent. And I can also tell you that other people wanted to meet me. And I said, I'll be here. I'll be at this place at this time. And I was there at that place at that time, and they don't show up. So, but I will tell you that Peekaboo 2 is one of those intelligent people. Thank you, Peekaboo, for stopping by. Scott Del Fuego, let me just get this link. How much new border wall was built? Let me get the link in. This is a page. This is a page that I'm going to start shutting these links down so that I have a little more space in the tabs. But this is a page that this is a link to a page that will give you every estimate on how much border wall was built from 3 miles to some nonsensical thing that says 200 miles. And actually Peekaboo 2 would, okay, thank you. I see that message. Peekaboo 2 would know a little bit about this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go read Peekaboo 2's email before I go any further. And thank you for sending some information to me. I'm sure it's going to be worthwhile reading. And here we are. Okay. So, you know, I see the title in there, 2. Let me tell you something about that article. I saw that article this morning or something similar, and I saw I saw a video on this topic. I was watching it at about just about an hour and a half, 90 minutes ago. That topic matter that you're talking about, probably violation of YouTube's terms of service. I could open this up and take a look, but I'm pretty sure that's the same. It just came out just this morning. So Nick, Biden is Biden's campaign is actually just falling down by the wayside. If this is what I saw this morning, I couldn't even post this link on the live stream without possibly getting. That video was not removed by the user. It was not made hidden by the user. It was struck for violating YouTube's terms of service because it had pictures and commentary in the video that goes against the narrative, the political narrative. So it's not opening up, which is what YouTube does. They make these articles. It should have been opened up. But if I'll go back to that in a few minutes, Peekaboo 2. So I'm back to my live stream. Pennsylvania trucker. There's a man with a man's job. Thank you for stopping by, Pennsylvania trucker. Thank you very much. So first, we have to get back to Scott. We're going to go to Peekaboo 2's video because it looks like it loaded. And Michael, be very careful. I see you all over the internet, and you have what I call the domestic nature of personality disorder. So, Mr. Michael Fazio, now this is the wordsmith, and he would know if I was telling you the truth or not, because Mr. Scott Del Fuego has actually researched my background probably further. Now, I would not say further than anybody else, because I already see on my Patreon page from Close Personal Association and Patreon page from Close Personal Association and Conversations, I see that on my Patreon page, there are people that have access to files. Let's just call them files that no one else on YouTube would have access to. And that includes lawyers, even prosecutors. Pretty much there's certain things that go, that, have been documented years ago. Things like the fact that I applied for the Florida Marine Patrol as an agent for the Florida Marine Patrol, and what my test scores were and why I did not become a Florida Marine Patrol agent. There were certain things like that that most people could not access, but some people could. And that's why they are my friends, because they know I don't lie about that, nor did I lie about putting in an application for the Monroe County Corrections Facility, which I was accepted for, but I just didn't want to travel 100 miles from where I lived and sit in lockup with 93 inmates in population for that level. So let's just go on and read what Mr. Del Fuego has to say, because he is probably, well, if there is the smartest people on my channel, most intelligent, with the most access to actual knowledge, Scott Del Fuego is one of those people. So as far as wordsmithing is concerned, he's number one. And on anybody's channel, you will never find a commenter that has more potential to make you want to continue on your journey through YouTube. And Scott always has something positive to say, and it always gives me the power to go on to my next live stream. Thank you, Scott. So let's read what Scott has to say. You don't see Scott doing this. You might see Scott Del Fuego's name on other people's channels, but you won't see him doing what he does on my live stream to anyone else. And why? Because he goes to other people's live streams to kill time and for the laughs. Over here, he always states that the knowledge that I give, and for the laughs. Over here, he always states that the knowledge that I give you people is pretty much as close to accuracy as you could get. And we're going to read from the great wordsmith himself, the Scott del Fuego, with air quotes. Mr. Michael Fazio is one of America's finest examples of unfettered genius of freedom. Michael is a supporter of man's free will, of choice, action, and live and let live. He has strong opinions, of course, but importantly, he allows his friends to disagree on points without anger. This is the mark of a confident and intelligent man. Thank you, Scott. A man who has run backhoes, cranes, and construction equipment for the entirety of his life, who has risked his very existence daily to earn a living, who has expanded his horizons, taught himself complex subjects, and shared his knowledge in all effort to help save ourselves, is one that deserves respect and honor. Thank you. Now, there are people out there, these are what I call the lesser people. These are the lesser people out there. Now, it's easy enough to see if I owned a backhoe or a bobcat or a crane service or a barge or an excavation company or a tree service. It's easy enough to do that. And yet you have what the lesser people on YouTube will come on and they will challenge me. I had a guy just recently who has exactly 6 subscribers come on and challenge what I said about the border wall because I have my shirt on inside out. That was why he challenged me. Yet he's been a member of YouTube for years, worthless channel that he has with only 6 subscribers. And he challenges me, who has never lied to you. You people can think what you want. You're going to find out soon enough that if I start talking about something, typically I've done whatever research is possible. So you're not going to catch me in a lie. You will. I have people on YouTube all day long for lying. But what point would it serve? Those people who are liars probably wouldn't believe that they got caught in a lie. And that's what Trump does best. So, let's move on. Peekaboo 2. Okay, so I'm going to go to Peekaboo 2's email, and let's see if that video still won't play. It still has not come up. Look at this. Still blank page. Okay, it's not going to let me see that video, Peekaboo. All right, I don't know why. I did. I'll try it again. It's from the GT thing. I'll try it again, but it just won't open. I'm going to try it one more time, and then I'm going to go back to the comments, and we're going to start reading about narcissists and narcissistic supply in regards to Mr. Trump and what he has done as far as keeping promises and what he has not done. Thank you very much, Scott Del Fuego. Salamat. And we're going to do that. And just let me I'm going to read some more comments. I sent you mail. Got that, Peekaboo. Pennsylvania trucker, a real man, a man. Pennsylvania trucker is another man that walks out of his domicile every day and risks his life. But more importantly, what you don't understand, when I operated big, heavy equipment, although my life was at risk my entire life in every job description I ever did, whether it was renovating houses or putting shingles on roofs or aluminum siding up 30 feet on scaffold jacks, whatever I did, every day my life was at risk. More so than any other profession pretty much in the world except the sandhogs. And I even worked with the sandhogs. The sandhogs has the highest death rate per thousand of any job description. Now, you can believe what you want, but as a dock builder, and what I did for 19 years, not in the union, but for myself, was build decks and docks. That's the most dangerous profession you could be in. And I worked with things that were 30 tons, 50 tons, 100-ton machinery that would move 100 tons of, well, the machinery weighed 100 tons, but it would be able to pick up 25 or 30 tons. In fact, one of the cranes that I worked with, the Weeks 500 and the Weeks 501, they were called the 500 and the 501 because they would lift up 500 tons of weight. Now, they didn't pick up 500 tons of weight when I worked with them. They were mucking out the Hudson River or New Rochelle or wherever they were working in New Jersey, mucking out the different harbors. But they had 65-yard muck buckets, and heaped, it was 85 yards. So that's about 90 tons, and the bucket itself weighed about 90 tons. And to give you a for instance, if they picked that bucket up and dropped the muck, we're talking about muck is clay, it's sediment, it's rocks, it's gravel, it's old cars. They would pick up an old car. I mean, you could fit several school buses in the bucket. You know, two of them side by side and two more on the top. In the bucket, you could fit 85 yards of muck. And if that bucket, if the 2-wire broke, there's a 1 and 2 wire. The 1 wire is the lifting wire, and this was a live boom, live wire crane. This was not a hydraulic crane. And if that wire broke and the muck opened up, it would kill everybody on the deck. I mean, you weren't gonna survive 85 tons of rock and timber and cars and pebbles and clay falling on your head. Everybody was dead. And they wouldn't swing it over you so much, but sometimes they'd drop the muck from too high of a they bring it over a dump scout and they would drop it in, and a splotch, what we call like a